Welcome to YouTube, this is Strat Gaming here! With more Strat Sat. Oh yeah, yay! I hope that your weekends are all going wonderfully. As you can see, we're going to be doing a Ditto today. It's not just that Pokemon you used to breed with. It can be used comparatively. Yay! And I have imposter in my parentheses because Ditto is imposter. You don't use Ditto without imposter. It's ability. Hidden ability. What is imposter? If you don't know what it is, what it does, well, it lets you become the opponent. It's transform upon switching. You don't lose a turn, so you don't lose a turn like with transform. So it's kind of amazing. However, you don't copy their HP stat, and you don't get any item boosts, so that can burn you. And you only have 5 PP for every move. Also, if you have a choice scarf, and then you go into a wall. So you have to choose your item carefully. But because you switch in, and then you transform, you have no sticky web, and you don't have any weaknesses to it's like Stealth Rock. If they have a Volcarona, it uses Quiver Dance a ton, and you're like, oh, they set up sticky web so even my fastest Pokemon can't outspeed it, and Stealth Rock will break any focus sashes. Oh no, what do I do? Send in Ditto. It might switch into the Stealth Rock in the sticky web, so it gets lowered speed and takes the normal amount of Stealth Rock damage. And then it transforms. And that's just amazing for me. I think that's amazing and cool. And this is literally the only set. It's just the item choice, really. You don't even need in-game to go yeah, I want calm nature, special defense and stuff. That's just for Pokemons, who I will talk about later. So, Choice Scarf makes you an amazing revenge killer, and it makes you guaranteed to speed tie with Scarfed Pokemon, and outspeed normal Pokemon. So now you have their Pokemon, but you are Choice Scarfed. And did I mention you copy their stat boosts? Yeah, I didn't, but you do. So if they just set up Sword Stance a ton, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a ton of damage. Oh, Ditto. No, you got a +6. In Focus Sash, you have base 48 HP. Awful. It's awful. But you want to invest as much into it as you can. Even though it's awful. Literally so awful. I mean, there's worse. But there's not a whole lot of worse. In Red Card, I think that Red Card isn't looked at enough. you get hit, and then they switch out. Hopefully, if you come in on something that doesn't hit that hard, and then it switches out, if you like set up a ton of hazards, then maybe something good happens. Focus Sash and Red Card, I think that Choice Scarf's mostly the item you want. And there are some things that stop Imposter, like Substitute. You can't get a substitute, so you can't copy a substitute, so you'll have to use Transform or switch out. And you can't transform it either, so you'll have to like wait for them to switch out or use Struggle, because your base 48 attacks going to take it down that substitute after using Transform like 30 times. You definitely will be able to live that long. Heh, heh, heh. That's bad sarcasm. Don't switch on substitute. There's also other Ditto. Pretty obvious. Like, there are some people who are like, you better run 0 speed IVs and like a my speed nature, because you want to struggle last. But you're not going to stay in long enough to struggle against another Ditto. Like, there's like some places where you can really optimize, but if you're in game and you're not picky, just run max HP investment. Nature doesn't matter. You just need one perfect IV. Find a secret islands, whatever they are, Mirage Islands, and with Ditto, keep on using Dex Nav until you get the get a Imposter Ditto with 3 stars, and hopefully one of them is HP. You know, Illusion. That's why I had Calm in Special Defense, because any Pokemon can use Substitute. But Zorua and Zoroark are mostly special. I mean, not Zorua, but I put there as an example. So, just Zoroark, it's got better special attack. So, they probably will be using that, but like, it's one Pokemon, low tier, and sometimes it can actually be run physical, which is cool. I feel like I'm kind of rambling on. And then there's items that you don't copy. That's bad. If you go try to Focus Sash them, nope. Too bad. If they Focus Sash you, that's bad. Because they live your hit and then you die. Oops. That's bad. And then they revenge, because you don't copy their items. And Choice Scarfs, if they win the speed tie. The first time I learned that was with a Chandelure, which is not exactly bulky, really. It was scarfed, and it had Shadow Ball, and it has massive special attack. So yeah, it was not good. There's also Bulk, but there's not really a picture for that. If they live your hits, then they're going to like revenge back, because they have like more HP. But there's not a lot of, okay, there kind of are team options, but Ditto is the opposing Pokemon. It's their Pokemon. So you can't build your team around Ditto, really. You can, but Ditto is pretty mix and match and stuff. Like, there are very few teams Ditto doesn't work well on. Obviously, like, stall, if you have, like, 6 walls, 5 walls, and then Ditto. No. You have no offensive presence, really. Kind of, ish. Or whatever. But Sticky Web, that is a wonderful situation for a red card, because then you win the speed tie, maybe? No, you get hit. Okay. They switch out. Okay. Now they want to come back in. But they're Sticky Web, and you're not. However, if you set up Sticky Web and then copy them, things get you, because you will also copy negative stat boosts. If you have seen my my battle spot video with Imposter. And you also want to, like, have switching in moves. If you can, it's not always the best to lead with Ditto, because if you have it in and then they, like, so you lead with Ditto, then they have, like, a hazard setter. You're going to be choice scarfed into those hazards, which is not good. But if you have, but like late game, you don't want to, with your 48 HP, you don't want to switch into anything. So if you have a slow U-turner, volt switcher, even baton passer, although you will lose any stats you get baton passed, unfortunately. You know, it's your HP is the only thing that matters. So, let's go on to my weird teacher voice, aka the try it out section.
Okay, class. So, I will be talking in my weird teacher voice, and as we can see, practically getting me that fit for Shaka. Oh, yeah, see that. And then the Dragonite comes in. It uses Earthquake. And Shaka sets up Stealth Rock. Dragonite uses Outrage to try to get more damage, because Earthquake wasn't a lot. Shaka uses Infestation to break the multi-scale. Dragonite loses some HP and uses Outrage once more. This doesn't KO Shackle though. Dragonite does have Shell Bell though. One more Infestation and Dragonite has lost a considerable amount of HP. Shaka faints, but Dragonite becomes confused due to fatigue. It only got a bit of HP from Shell Bell because it didn't do a lot of damage because Shaka was at low HP. This Dragonite had Ice Beam with that, so it's just kind of Ice Beam stuff. You know what? You know what? I'm not doing this. Yeah, Ice Beam. I can't do that voice. I'm not going to do it anymore. I Ice Beam. Yeah. It doesn't kill, but the confusion does. This is a very hacksy battle, by the way. So that's it. Gets confused and I freeze, and he hits himself in confusion. And doesn't thaw out first turn. I just go for Ice Beam once more. And pointed stones are super effective. So is Ice Beam. But that's the 5th PP, and that's also the 2nd freeze. I'm a horrible person. And then I used Struggle because I accidentally clicked attack. So that's the problem. Even if you've like copied their sweeper who's like at +6 or something, if they have 6 team members, you can't beat them. No matter what stats you have, no matter what Pokemon you copied. 5 PP. So assuming you one-hit KO all of their Pokemon, you can never defeat their entire team. Like, I mean, they only have 1 member left, but still. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Craft Kitty Gaming signing out. Have a great weekend, and maybe even summer break for some of you. And I'm so sorry. Aaron, I'm sorry for that hacks. And I'm also sorry to people who are still in school. You can do it. You can do it, guys. Until next time, this is Crafty Kitty Gaming signing out.